Welcome to this short video where I will be showing you how to actually access your Skillsbox, which is www.skillsbox.com. So there you'd need to enter your user details that you got from your administrator. And after entering your user details, you would need to access the platform. So you're supposed to get to the dashboard, and then your dashboard gives you the modules that you can partake or you can do. In my particular instance, I don't need to redo them because I've done them and I have gotten my certification already. So what this then means is we can actually pick any one of those modules and get started. And the credit balance is the number of attempts that I can get through using this platform. So for example, if I select Computer Essentials, I can be able to view what that module comprises of. So on the one end, it's learning resources. On the other end, it's assessment. And we've got the ebook on the right. If I click on the ebook, I can be able to view what that ebook showcases and the title of the module. I can also scroll through the ebook to see what each page contains and the content that is within the ebook. So this also helps to at least understand what each question is about in this particular module. At the same time, I can also be able to go to the assessment where I can start the diagnostic, which is a sample of how the actual certification test would have gone. And bear in mind, there's a report whereby I can view what questions I have answered within my diagnostic and the right answers that I was supposed to use. So if everything ticks okay, I can click on continue. It then gives me the module and the narration of whatever is within this module. I can go and start the diagnostic. It then takes me to that page with the first question, and it then requires an answer where it's asking me about a laptop and the 4 possible answers. So I'll need to read through each question and pick the most suitable answer, or if there are 2 similar answers, I'll then need to pick from the best of the answers that are there. And the moment I then select the right answer, I click on where it says answer, and automatically it will then take me to the next question. Also to note would be, as you're actually doing this, you may encounter errors based on how you would need to answer. There are some questions where you need to actually pick a simple choice. Some questions you need to use your mouse. Some questions you might need to do a specific action. So each of those elements will help you know how to navigate through your questions and through how your tests or diagnostic would be going. You would also take note that as you're also reading this, read each element that is there so that you're sure about what you're doing. At the same time, at this particular point, we've also got an option to flag a question. So to flag our question simply means the moment we flag our question, we can be able to skip the question for that moment and move on to the next question. So as you click on flag, it's supposed to give you that small little flag on top of the 3. And the moment you click on answer, it will then move on to the next question. And the next question will then describe or show what I was giving you earlier, whereby this particular question requires you to click on the image, and then it'll display a mouse cursor that will give the correct answer, or give you the correct section of where your answer should be. So for example, it's asking you about changing the user other than the user that's there, which is admin. So you need to know where to select so that you change the user. So for example, if I click on where it says admin, you'd see there's a mouse, and anywhere else that I click on, the mouse icon will be showing up. And that then means I need to know where to place my mouse element. Then we've got the next question, which has also got whatever it says, but let's click on suspend. And then it tells us where we are in terms of our questions. And if I click on suspend, it should then close the diagnostic that I was running, and it should open the starting point of my dashboard. So my dashboard then shows me which module I was working on. If I click on back, I can then move on to a different module, which in this case is presentation. Presentation, I can also go to assessment. I go to start my diagnostic, where it will do the system check. With that check, it should be able to give me if I've got errors, but in this case, I've got everything in check. I click on continue. I then go to start my diagnostic. So there's also content that we can read about this diagnostic. If I then click on start, let's say in this particular instance, I'd actually suspended, like the previous question. It will take me to where I left off, which was question number 44. And I'll then need to answer from that point going forward until the end of the questions. So in total, my questions will be about 70 or 72 roughly. And I would need to answer this question like I had actually said previously. Some questions need you to do a specific action. So this one is asking me to go to slide 8 and change the content on slide 8, adding what it is telling me to add, which is to put players after the words top 10. So I click on where it says top 10. I then put a space, and then I type out players. That is having everything in check. At the same time, it's always good practice to save after you've done some modifications so that you are sure that whatever element you would have put, it is captured. You click on answer. After clicking on answer, it will then take you to the next question. The question reads whatever it reads, where you need to add data labels, but we're not going to continue. We're going to suspend again. And as we suspend it, it should take us to the beginning where we've got presentations. But before we actually leave, I wanted us to go back to the assessment. And at the assessment, I wanted us to view a report. A report simply is the full breakdown of what you'd have done during your assessment, and the correct answers will not have explanations, but the ones that you got wrong will have an explanation on what you were actually supposed to do for each of the questions that you got wrong. So for example, let's say on question 30, you got it wrong. It'll give you a breakdown of what question 30 was supposed to be. And it'll also give you in terms of percentages of each section that you got wrong. So for example, as you can see, your answer was no feedback. What this then means is whatever you did not actually capture the content that it was looking for. And that content is missing, or because it's missing, you may have gotten your answer right, but you didn't do what you were supposed to do. So it will give you a wrong answer simply because of that. So at this particular point, I think we've looked at presentations and online essentials.